Hey, welcome to Flight Test. I'm David, and this is Alex.
Hello.
And today we're talking about some FPV cameras. A lot of people ask us, do I have to get a GoPro to get good quality? And today we're going to test some different cameras and different options.
Yeah, so mainly I've only used the GoPro so far. And a lot of what we do at Flight Test normally is GoPro, but occasionally we've been using this new guy. It's called a Mobius.
It's the Mobius Action Cam HD. And this costs like $70, which is amazing.
Yeah, and Hobby King actually just started selling it as well, which is good.
Normally when you get into the hobby, the FPV hobby, you start out with a board camera. This is just a very cheap $15 camera, and all it does is just sends video to your video transmitter, and that's it. Now the difference is that these cameras actually record to a memory card, and it saves your flight without the degradation of the downlink.
So basically, with a board camera, what you're saying is it just transmits the footage.
Yes.
It doesn't save it.
It doesn't save it, and if you want to record the video that you're doing, you have to record the video downlink. And that's fine. I did that a long time ago, and you get some pretty decent quality, but nothing like the HD video that you can get if you record on the unit itself.
Now, me personally, I've only flown through a GoPro.
Yeah.
So what are some differences? Because I know you've flown through a lot of different kinds of cameras. What are main differences that you see from a board camera versus a Mobius versus a GoPro?
So there's a few differences between the different cameras. Like the board cameras, they range in quality enormously, from the $15 one up to a $200 camera, and the quality is going to be reflected in that. They can be really light sensitive. They can go in IR perspective. They can get into really low light situations, so you can fly during night.
With a board camera.
With a board camera, yes. That is something you can't really do with like the GoPro or the Mobius. They start breaking up and it does not look as nice. On the other hand, a board camera cannot save the footage that you're recording, and you want it to be able to relive your flights, right?
Yeah.
You want to have
and post them on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a really convenient way of doing it. It's just a little SD card in these units, and all you do is just hit record when you start flying. And these cameras also have something called live video output. So you just plug in a little cable, and it gives the video out from the sensor straight to your video transmitter, so you don't have to have two separate cameras.
With all these cameras here, from an FPV standpoint, when you're actually flying through the transmitted video link, doesn't sound like there's too much of a difference. They all are capable that you can fly with any of them.
Roughly going to look the same
while you're flying.
While you're flying, because you're transmitting a very low quality signal back to the ground.
So what do you get then? Because those board cameras, $15, $70 for a Mobius. When you move all the way up to a GoPro, this is the 3+ Black Edition, which is $400. What are you paying for? As far as like FPV goes, is there anything that you're gonna get or experience that's better when you're flying?
Not when you're flying, it's the recorded video, I would say.
So quality of the video that's recorded, which a board camera can't even record. So that's one of the things you're paying for is the recording.
One of the things, yes. There's also the quality between the dynamic range, the contrast between dark and light, how the camera handles that. That's a big part of FPV, and it's very rarely a spec that you can see on paper. You have to look and compare different footages.
So we did a test with the Ready to Fly quad with the gimbal, and we were able to attach both of them onto the gimbal, and we got some side-by-side footage. So you can see when you come from a real light environment into a darker environment, when we come inside, you can see how both cameras adapt.
Yes, you can see that the GoPro handles it a little bit differently than the Mobius, and I still think the Mobius does an excellent job for the price. It's doing really well.
$70, you can't really beat it.
It's like quality-wise, I think it's like a GoPro 2. The difference here is that the GoPro 3 Black, the quality is much higher. The bit rate is much higher. You can change different recording modes. What you're paying for is the end quality, and it depends on what you want to do. The Mobius looks absolutely fantastic. Sharing that on YouTube is great. It looks really good. We use it on our show all the time. But the GoPro is definitely a step up, and it's not a linear curve. Like you pay a lot more for a little bit better quality. If you're just out to have fun and record and remember something and want decent quality, the Mobius does an excellent job.
Yeah, does a really good job. Now, one of the things I noticed in our video that we took is that the Mobius doesn't have as wide of an angle lens as the GoPro.
No, but you can buy it in two different versions. There's a wide angle version and there's a narrow field version.
What about hooking this up to your FPV equipment? Does it come with everything you need to?
No, it does not. You have to buy a cable. You have to buy a video out cable.
For both the GoPro and the Mobius?
Both the Mobius and GoPro does not come with video out cables. So that's something to keep in mind. Always buy that or make your own. There's pinouts and stuff on the internet.
If I was just looking to get in the air,
Yeah.
cheap as possible, and fly first person view,
Yeah.
this is the best way to go.
It's the cheapest and most affordable way to crash, in my
Yes.
opinion. So that's
Because
it's
you
a
still
decent way.
crash. No matter how good you get, you're
Yes.
still going to crash.
You're gonna crash at some point, and it hurts when you have a GoPro on it. So that's a really good way to start out if you just want to experience what FPV is and you're not sure about if there's something you want to invest in. The next step up is definitely the Mobius cam.
So if you're looking to actually record your flights and save them forever,
Yes.
post them on YouTube, and you want a little bit better quality without breaking the bank, Mobius is the way to go.
It's an excellent choice. I would highly recommend it. It's a really good choice. The next thing is if you're looking for the absolute best video quality there is, then the GoPro might be something for you. And it does have a super nice quality image. The video output is fantastic. It's a really, really good quality camera, but it's expensive. This is not a head-to-head comparison. We want to show you the different cameras and what they're made for and what you get for that money. Like we said, the Mobius does an excellent job for most people. The GoPro is definitely a next step up. Before, there wasn't actually anything else but the GoPro, but now there's options, and the Mobius does an excellent job.
Our goal is to help you out there who are looking to get into FPV and don't really have any idea where to start. And this is just a small portion. Obviously, you still got to get your
Video transmitter, goggles,
Yeah.
all that
This is
stuff.
a very small portion, which is something to keep in mind when you're deciding between the Mobius and the GoPro, because this is less than half the battle. You know, this is 25% of all the stuff you need to get in the air flying.
I hope this has been helpful for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and go to our Facebook and flighttest.com. Read some articles.
Be
rate
sure
some
to
stuff.
subscribe on YouTube if you haven't yet already too.
Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Let's go fly.